Alright guys, this video, I'm glad to have you along with me. This is about anticipation. We're all waiting hungrily for the latest release of Star Wars. And so with that said, I thought I'd go on a little walk and talk through the power of anticipation, that waiting, that next episode coming out, we can't wait. So let's dive in and see how we can use anticipation in our classrooms to sort of motivate and inspire students to come to school and do all sorts of things. So without further ado, roll intro.
When I found you, I saw raw, untamed power. And beyond that, something truly special.
Alright, as a huge Star Wars fan, I can't wait for this thing to come out.
Oh man, I'm probably on an excitement level, a 12 out of 10.
And it's something that's gone back to my childhood. I have always watched these Star Wars. I'm excited to see it in the movie theater. I can't wait.
I really am looking forward to it.
Yes.
Are you anticipating the Star Wars release?
Oh yeah, I'm really excited for
excited.
it.
Super excited.
Yeah.
You guys?
Yes. Yes. I
Can't
am.
wait?
Super can't wait.
So it's this big event that's sort of coming, and it's looming, and you know it's coming, and you can't wait. With that said, all of us teachers have things we do, and most of the times, things we do every year. Why don't we build a little fanfare around that?
Anticipation is always more than the actual event.
These kids have brothers and sisters that are going to take their class. There are sophomores or fifth graders or whatever, you know, whatever building you're in that watch what's happening in that next grade to come. So let's think of ways to sort of build some excitement and enthusiasm around an event that happens in our classroom, whether it be a big unit test or some huge activity, you know, in your class.
It could be excitement or it could be horror.
Build it up, make some lunchroom announcements, post some things on Instagram, you know, make a little commercial, do a school-wide announcements about it, right? Build it up that this is coming, that this is happening, and that you're the lucky few that get to do it. I'm telling you, it makes a huge difference. I can't wait for Star Wars, and I know my students also can't wait for things that are happening in my classroom because you add that element of anticipation. There's lots of ways I build anticipation. I've already talked about some, but I thought I'd share with you, what I like to do is sort of think of ways to sort of advertise or market the things that I'm doing in class, whether that's to parents, to students, you know, to even not my students. I want to build that anticipation for the next year, the fifth graders.
Anticipation is eagerly waiting for something.
I want my seventh graders who I had last year to say oh my gosh, you're about to start the Greek Olympics, right? I want them to check in. So one way I do that is with lunch announcements. You go down there, make a couple of lunch announcements. Another way I like to do it is we have electives that we have to get kids to sign up for. Great way to tease out what's happening in your elective is have a commercial. Put it in your morning announcements. And just like the commercials do for things like Star Wars, just sort of have it be like a teaser trailer. It doesn't tell them exactly what the course is, but it sort of piques their interest and tells them this is coming. This is about to happen, and if you want to be part of this epic journey, go on it. You know what? After this, if you stick around for the video, I'll put one of the commercials at the end so that you can check it out. But it'll give you an idea of how I build out commercials. And it really doesn't take that long. You just use iMovie. Another one I like to use, which I mentioned before back in the woods. Well, I guess I'm in the woods again, and it is cold in Wisconsin. I think it's 20 today, and with wind chill it's 7. But another way I like to do is Instagram. If you happen to have one for your class and your school, you know, post on Instagram a picture that doesn't quite show the entire thing, right? So it's a corner of something, but you make it enough recognizable that kids that are checking out your Instagram can tell what's happening, what's coming up. You know, so if you have, like I have boss battles, so maybe I'll have a picture of a boss and say beware, and they kind of know that, wow, this week a boss battle's happening, and word sort of spreads and travels, and there's that anticipation, right? It's so powerful, you know, to get kids sort of jazzed and excited about what's happening in school. So another way that I like to do it is actually sometimes send a parent newsletter or message home that the students don't see, and I tell the parents that they have some knowledge that the students don't have of what's happening and coming, and tell them to like have a conversation with their child about what's about to happen. All these little ways build anticipation. Use word of mouth is another one, but I gotta tell you, I am freezing out here, so we're gonna wrap this video up. All right, guys, in the end, even if this activity you do is sort of a flop like this, an epic fail, it doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is you built anticipation around an activity, and the students were excited to come to school, and they see you trying to make their experience sort of better, and that's gonna make it kind of a success already, because you're having a better relationship with those children. And it doesn't matter that the activity was a flop, and I also argue it's probably not going to be a flop because it's this thing that you've already done, you love doing, and you're building anticipation around this great activity. So I hope you think about that. Before we end though today, we're gonna have to make a little scene change, and I have to sort of figure out who the winner was of our November contest, and so let's go do that now. Whew! So, wow. It is cold out there. I'm excited to be back in here, but as promised, I have to pick November month winner on the XP Lab giveaway contest. For those of you that didn't enter, every month we put something out on explorelikeapirate.com, and there's a giveaway. I also do giveaways on my YouTube channel, like this one you're going to watch, but without further ado, let's hit the choose winner. And boom! Eric Bentley, you are the proud winner of this dice giveaway. And for those of you that missed this dice giveaway, we have another dice giveaway, that's sort of a special one. And that is if you go comment on the YouTube video, the first dice video that I'll link below. If you write a comment on there and you're a subscriber, I'll be pulling that one on the 20th of December. So Eric Bentley, I'll be DMing you your contact information to send you your awesome mega dice pack that you can hopefully build into one of your games. Guys, as always, thank you so much for being part of this channel. If you could hit the like button. If you haven't done so already, boom, smash the subscribe button. Love to have you part of this journey. And until next time, have a good day.
Repeating once again our top story, Soviet President Mikhail Gorbachev has been removed from power, and there are tanks now in the streets of Moscow. Vice President Gennady Yanayev says he has taken over as acting president as the head of state of a special state committee. You're watching live pictures from Moscow this morning.
Mikhail Gorbachev's dreams of holding the Soviet Union together may have received a death blow today. The Union's 3 Slavic republics announced they are forming a separate Commonwealth of Independent States. Russia, the Ukraine, and Belarus control much of the Soviet Union's economic power, enough to challenge the rapidly fading strength of Gorbachev's central government.